As promised, in the last video, we're now going to discover how to create a local file. The first thing I'm going to do is from the Application button, click on Close. This closes my MEP project work sharing central file. In typical CAD methodology, to open the file once more, we would probably do something like clicking on the shortcut to open the central file, but we don't do that when we're working with Revit work sharing files. There are two processes we can do this. Let's explore the first one, which is my favourite. I'm going to click on Open and browse to my project folder. Here I'm in my project folder, the same one that we were looking at earlier. Here's my work sharing file. Now before I open it, let's take a look at this dialog box, because down at the bottom we've got some additional features. Because I'm working through this dialog box, Revit looks at this file and knows that it is a central file. And because it is a central file, it's going to enable us to create a new local. So when I click on Open, Revit itself will copy this work sharing file into my local Revit projects folder, rename the file to put my username at the end of it, and then open it. So let's see what happens when I do that. Click on Open, the file gets copied and then opened. When I look at the Quick Access toolbar, I now have a Save button. This Save button will save the local file only. Notice the time change. When I click on the Synchronize and Modify settings, I get the option to save the central file and the local file. So if I do this, we'll see the date and time change on both the central and the local files. Let's take a look at an alternative method for creating the local file. I'll close the local file and relinquish elements and work sets. We'll be talking about work sets in much more detail in future videos. The other process for creating a local file is from within Windows Explorer, copy the project file and then paste it into your local folder. Make sure you rename the file and append your name to it. I've put my full name in here so we can see the difference. And then open the file. Revit will give us a message. It says this is a central model that has been copied or moved from the central location. If you want this to remain a central model, resave the file as a central file. If you do not want to save this as a central model, it will become a local user copy belonging to the user Simon W. Both processes give you the same result. It's just that the first one is automatic, so there's much less room for error. Some companies have automated processes for doing this for you. As for me, I'm all for keeping things as simple as I can.